Yeah, dear student, welcome back to the business study class, and we are continuing with the chapter 8 controlling, and today we will study the techniques of managerial control. I hope the controlling process will be clear to you because I have given 2 videos on that, and again I am doing the quick revision of that. Okay? So controlling process. How controlling process mean how you are going to control the things which you have planned earlier for your business, for your life, or everywhere. Okay, so one process is involved. So the steps are involved in it. Step one is setting performance standard. Setting performance standard. First, you have to decide in advance at what level of goods you want to produce, and for that purpose, you have to set the standard. Second step is measurement of performance. Measurement of actual performance. Means whether you are going according to the standard set by you. For that purpose, you are supposed to or in need of measurement of the personal performance. Clear? Now, how you are going to measure? Personal observation. Clear? Personal observation, random sampling. Clear? Personal observation, random sampling, report evaluation, or any other process which you might think it is good. Performance report. So any kind of step which you think it is necessary or good for to check the performance measure, you can do that. Clear? Now the third step arises is comparing. Now we are going to compare what we have decided in advance and how we are measuring the steps. Afterward, we are comparing the actual performance with the standards. Comparing actual performance with planned or standard. For example, for any unit of the production, we have decided that in 8 hours of a shift, the employee is going to make 30 units. Clear? In an 8 hours of shift, an employee is going to make 30 units. If he makes 30 units, he is a very good person. Clear? If he makes 25, then average. And beyond 30, it's excellent. Clear? Now you have decided. If anybody is coming in that, then it is good. If he wants to excel or she wants to excel, you can motivate that person, and you shall apply the differential piece weight system. So in this way, we are going to compare the actual performance with standards. Okay? Afterwards, if there is any problem, we are going to analysis deviation. Okay? We are going to analyze deviation. However, deviation, whether it is controllable deviation or uncontrollable deviation. If it is 3 to 5%, that is okay, because right now pandemic is going on, so your all standards are crashed, no problem at all. So analyzing deviation, if it is 3 to 5%, it is manageable, no problem. It is 10, then it's a matter of worry, and beyond 10, it's before it becomes uncontrollable, he or she or we shall immediately report this thing to the management. Clear? So in order to analyze deviation, we shall adopt some corrective measure. So one is CPC, critical point control. Now what does this mean? For example, if you are excelling in production of TV or mobile, you shall not diversify your company, because right time is not the present time is not the right time for the bifurcation or diversification. You shall not enter into the new product because pandemic is going on and we don't know how much it will last. So we shall only emphasize on critical point control. If you are right now in the mobile industry, make that model only. Don't try to upgrade anything or upgrade within the permissible limit. Clear? Do not try to introduce any new thing. Okay? And second is management by exception. Management by exception. What does it mean? When you want to control anything, in result you are not in a position to control anything. So don't ever try to do this thing, because if you do management by exception, you can't do or control everything at your own. If you want to diversify company, you have to definitely delegate the authority to your subordinates. Clear? And next and last step is taking corrective action. Take corrective action. No plan could ever describe this thing. Take corrective action. This you have to decide at your own, whether you want to escape yourself or whether you want to continue with your problem. We have seen the case of Vijay Mallya. He absconded from his responsibilities, so that is again a problem. So this is called the controlling process. I hope this thing will be helpful to you. Now, in order to continue corrective action, we will study the techniques of managerial control. So there are two techniques of managerial control. First is traditional and another is modern techniques. Clear? So traditional techniques are those which have been used by the companies for a long time now. However, these techniques have not become absolute and are still being used by the companies. Clear? These are not totally obsolete now. Okay? So what are those things? First is personal observation. Personal observation. Next is statistical report. Statistical report which have been prepared by you. Next is break-even analysis. Break-even analysis which you have studied in cost accounting also. At what point of the time you shall attain that your sales are equivalent to your cost of manufacture. And next and last is budgetary control. Okay. So these are the traditional method of doing the managerial control. Afterward comes the modern technologies or modern techniques. So modern techniques of controlling are those which are of recent origin and are comparatively new in management. These techniques provide the refreshingly new thinking on the ways in which various aspects of an organization can be controlled. Clear? What are those? Return on investment. Return on investment. Clear? I have taught you goodwill. So goodwill lies in supernormal profit. So if you are investing in any company, you shall look after return on investment. If you invest 10,000 rupees or 1 lakh rupees, after how many years it will become double or triple like that. So that thing is called ROI. Why we do business? Because ROI is larger than the bank interest. 8% ROI is given by bank also. Clear? Return on investment. So why we are investing in the company share? If we are getting more than that, that thing is called return on investment. Next is ratio analysis. This you will study in the part third of your accountancy book, management accounting. Clear? So there are several type of ratios are given in which we are going to analyze the situation of the company. So profitability ratio, solvency ratio, long term solvency, short term, several type of ratios are given in order to analyze the financial health of an enterprise. Clear? Next is management accounting. Management accounting. So again, management accounting is also a new method of controlling the things. Okay, this we will study in your third book, management accountants. Okay. Next is another a very new method that has been developed by American Army. Okay. That is called PERT and CPM. Clear? PERT and CPM. What that thing is called? PERT. This PERT and CPM technique is developed by the American Army. Clear? But it has been adopted by management. This is generally applicable when very big project is going on. That is called project evaluation and review technique. For example, a dam has been constructed. Now several sites have been dig for the construction of that dam. Clear? So that thing is called PERT. And next is CPM, critical path method. This thing has also been developed by the American Army, but it has been adopted by management. Clear? PERT and CPM, project evaluation and review technique and critical path method. Okay, that thing is called PERT and CPM. Next and last is management information system. In short, it is also called MIS, management information system. Clear? This is also a new technique. It is a computer based information system that provides information and support for effective managerial decision making. A decision maker requires up to date, accurate and timely information. Management provide all those type of information. For example, nowadays management information system is used by railways, that which train is giving us profit and which train is not giving us profit. So whether it is viable to continue that train service or not. Nowadays in pandemic time you will see several trains are shut down because railway is not getting adequate traffic on that. Okay? So that thing is called management. How many tickets are being sold for that particular train? Okay? Because in the end profit shall be earned by that train. So management information, it is widely used nowadays. So these are some traditional technique as well as some modern technique of management. Okay? Now we are going to study in detail. So first is personal observation. So this is the most traditional method of the control. Personal observation enable the manager to collect first-hand information. It also creates a psychological pressure on the employees to perform well as they are being continuously monitored. However, it is a very time-consuming exercise and cannot be effectively used in all kind of job. Personal observation is suitable for a smaller kind of an organization, not for a very bigger kind of organization. It's not possible. Consider an example where 3, 4 or 5,000 employees are working. How you are going to personally observe a person? So it is suitable for a small type of organization. Next is statistical reports. These are in the form of averages, percentages, ratios, correlation, etc. Present useful information to the managers regarding performance of the organization in various areas. Okay? So statistical reports generally what you use? Averages. Okay? You have studied statistics for economic last year. Okay? So what it is written in that statistical data are of no use but they provide valuable information. So how we are going to do it in the averages, percentages. Clear? Chart, graphs, table. Clear? Chart, graphs, tables, etc. These all things are given by the statistical report. Clear? It enables a manager to read them more easily and allow a comparison to be made with the performance in the previous period and also with the benchmarks. Clear? At the same time, they will, just nowadays in October 20, we had a greater amount of the same, so percentage is by 10% higher. We have sold the two-wheeler as well as four-wheeler as compared to the October 19. So statistical reports are also very helpful and give a quick result of the information. Okay. Next is break-even analysis. It is a technique used by the manager to study the relationship between cost, volume and profit. It determines the probable profit and losses at different levels of activity. The sale volume at which there is no profit, no loss is known as break-even point. Clear? Now, in break-even, you have also studied this thing in your economics also. Clear? I am again explaining. In this way, we are going to prepare one graph. Okay? So, this is sales and this is your cost. This you have already drawn in your economics. This is fixed cost. This you have to must incur whether there is a sale or not. Clear? Your revenue will always show a 45-degree angle. Clear? Afterwards comes is your total cost. So your total cost will go like this. Clear? So this point is a situation of loss because your profit is down. This is your revenue and this is your cost. Clear? Now, and this is called your break-even point. Clear? This is your fixed cost and this is your variable cost. Okay. When your revenue exceeds the cost, it is a situation of profit. Okay. Now you have to consider this situation where your revenue is equivalent to the cost. So this point is called break-even analysis. It is a useful technique for the manager as it helps in estimating profit at different level of activities. Now here you can decide your sale activity, at what level of sale activity you are able to come at the break-even point. So this is here you are having a loss and here you are having a profit. Generally in present scenario, when the pandemic is going on and any emergency situation is going on, we are going to ignore the fixed cost, because when you involve the fixed cost in emergency situation, it will give a misleading figures or judgment. Okay? This is a sign of your fixed cost plus total cost. Fixed cost plus variable cost will become total cost. Okay? So this figure shows the break-even chart of a firm. Break-even point is determined by the intersection of the total revenue and total cost curves. The figure shows that firm will break even at 50,000. Okay? Consider a situation of 20,000 production unit, 50,000 production unit and 80,000. Now this figure shows that at 50,000 units the firm will have a break-even point, and at this point there is no profit or loss. It is beyond this point that the firm will start earning profit. So break-even point can be calculated as fixed cost upon variable cost minus selling price minus variable cost per unit. Selling price minus variable cost per unit. Break-even analysis helps in the firm keeping a close check over its variable cost and determine the level of activity at which firm can earn its target profit. Clear? So in this way we can assume at what level of sales activity we are able to achieve break-even point, till we are at what point of production we are having the loss, and after the production we are having a profit. So this is called break-even point analysis. Okay, I hope this thing is helpful for you. In the next class we will continue with our chapter, that is techniques of managerial control. Thank you.